Hi, my name is John, and I just turned 40. Happy birthday, dear John. Happy birthday to you.
A couple years ago, we celebrated the 50th birthday of hip-hop, reflecting on all of the styles and eras of the culture that we have loved for years. While often thought of as the musical genre of the youth, the anniversary was a coming of age that had many rap fans reflecting not only how hip-hop has aged, but how we have aged with it. Hip-hop was born at a party, and that party is still going 5 decades later. But the art form is so much more than that. As fans and artists alike get older, the music that we gravitate to often changes to something that better reflects where we are at each stage of life. Grown man rap is exactly that. Rap music that's made by grown men, for grown men. Rapping with the wisdom and experience of someone who has lived a full life. With a style that often channels a throwback sound of their youth, with subject matter that reflects a relatable yet personal expression of the realities of the human experience after the fantasies of youth dissipate. The best grown man rap often acts as both a diary of the artist's emotions and experiences at that point in their life, as well as a manual or guidebook of what life really is. Blue is the latest artist to embrace his status as a hip-hop elder statesman and give us his perspective on wax with the release of his latest album, 40. Produced by August Fanon, this is a soulful celebration of life and aging gracefully, with Blue showing us the most mature and content side to him that we have seen. More than any other genre of music, hip-hop lets listeners into their favorite artists' hearts and minds, and we're able to see them grow as humans, not just as artists. Through 20 years of his career, we have seen Blue through every phase of his adult life, and 40 is a triumph of that journey. On Below the Heavens, we heard Blue find himself as a young man, going through life in his early 20s, making sense of the world in the best way that he could. In his late 20s, fans saw him pioneer a new movement of experimentation in hip-hop that led to him signing a $6 million deal with Warner Records. At the time, Blue would talk in interviews about how he wanted to quit rapping at age 30 to focus on other endeavors such as his film career. After his major label deal went sideways and a robbery that left him without many hard drives of his music, Blue had no choice but to keep rapping, making music through some very hard times in his life. And his music during this time alienated some of his longtime fans, while making the fans who stuck with him appreciate his artistry all the more. Blue has approached his 40s with grace, with the last few years of his releases showing a maturity of pen that he only could have garnered after all these years. This latest album is a celebration of his life and career. It literally starts off with him and his friends singing happy birthday to him. Blue cheers himself on this milestone of a birthday and has Chris Clark and Mickey Fax there to back him up. There's features on every track here, which makes sense because even though this is a personal project for Blue, it's not just for him. Each MC gets on here and drops their own grown man gems, because this album is for everyone who has aged. This whole album is very reflective, with each artist looking back on their lives and careers, the good and the bad, all leading to where they are today. On Worthy, Blue looks back to see if he is worthy of this life he leads, and Simple follows that up with an examination of the simple needs that are necessary in life. This sentiment is echoed on Happy, where each MC gets real about what they really need to be happy in life. And it's not as much as most would think when they're young. The different MCs on each track offer different perspectives on life and give the listener a full spread of wisdom to chew on. The centerpiece of this album is the track Love, which highlights 4 different versions of love that Blue has come to appreciate over his years. This is really 4 different songs in one. They each hold their own as individual pieces of work. But the thematic link of love not only holds them together here, but holds the entire album together. The first song within the song starts off with Blue listing all the things in his life that he loves, both specific to his individual life, as well as some broader ideas that we all love. Then the second song focuses on the specific love that he has for a woman in his life. His verse here is one of the most romantic rap verses that I have heard in years. It's a breathtaking display of love that could only be delivered by someone with 40 years of love within them. The third song covers the more complicated, sometimes even negative aspects of love that hurt, confuse, and corrupts when it's not taken care of. Then it ends on the fourth track, where Blue lets the feature take over and give his view of what love means to him. Blue continues the affection that he wrote with in the second verse of Love, bringing it to the concept track, Dance, where he describes his romantic relationship using dance moves in every line. Just because it's grown man rap doesn't mean he's not able to have fun with it and show off his skills in unique ways. Knowledge might be the thesis of the album, with Blue rapping about all the knowledge that he has accumulated in his years growing up. He mentions a few times on this record that he's a high school dropout, and while he's mentioned that fact in his music before, it really hits hardest here on this album. The knowledge that he has now, the knowledge that he has given to millions of listeners around the world over the years, he's able to have that knowledge because of his dropping out all those years ago. Everything that has happened to Blue in life, from the good to the bad, has all made him to the man he is today. You can even hear him cover topics that he's rapped about before. Religion and faith are topics that run through Blue's entire career. You can look back on a song like Amen, from his second collaboration with Exile, where he spends the whole song questioning what he should believe, asking questions that many people ask when they reach young adulthood, able to question life's big themes for themselves. But once he gets to 40, he's able to make the song called Bible, where he can talk now about what he actually believes after living his life and reading the Bible firsthand to gain that knowledge the old-fashioned way, rather than just being young and asking questions into the wind. There's a style of rap that Blue has mastered since his 2020 album Miles, where he goes back and essentially gives a history lesson on man, music, religion, or whatever he's inspired to rap about. He does this on Bible, relaying thousands of years of human history as told by his readings in the Bible. And he continues this on the following track, Human, getting deep and descriptive about what it means to be human and the history of humans leading us to now, and how with his advanced age, he's realized that he's only human. Loser is my personal favorite song on the album. It's a real shining example of what August Fanon brings to this record, with this angelic sample that feels triumphant, even though at its core it's a song about losing. But it's losing through the lens of a 40-year-old man. Even if Blue doesn't win, he's able to find wins within each situation. You don't make it to 40 without taking some losses, but it's about how you grow through those losses that makes your life a success. And Joy ends the album off with a real coda for the album, with Blue and his fellow MCs showing true peace, feeling true joy in their life after many years of searching for it. And now after 40 years, this album is a showcase of what true joy is. There is a world out there where Blue didn't keep rapping past age 30, and on his 2021 album The Color Blue, he admitted that most days he doesn't even want to rap. So having this album, this celebration of 40 years of Blue, it's a miracle. As hip-hop fans were able to listen to our favorite artists grow and age in real time. Blues music helped me get through my early 20s, and I'm so thankful to have this album to come back to when I approach 40. Hip-hop will always be there for the youth, and it should be, but I for one am glad that we have grown man rap to grow with us as we age, and I hope we get Blues 50, 60, and 70 someday too. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a minute since I covered a new album that dropped, and this was really the first album this year that really spoke to me. Let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite album of the year so far? Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed what you saw. As always, I got a lot more headed your way, so stay tuned, stay safe, and stay deaf. Thanks for watching.